An immigration attorney working pro bono here in Central Florida says the number of unaccompanied children showing up to court proceedings without legal representation is now on the rise. West 2's David Jones spoke with him and a local immigration advocate to get an idea of the impact that this is having on those little kids.
Luana, funding for legal representation for unaccompanied children in the United States without permission is currently being fought over in court. The Trump administration is pushing to end it while immigrant rights groups are fighting back. Government data shows around 600,000 unaccompanied children have entered the United States without a parent or legal guardian since 2019.
Oh, it's very sad. It's very unfortunate. A lot of these children no older than 4 or 5 years old.
Immigration advocates say these children have often fled very difficult situations to find a better life, and they warn those same children are under increasing pressure in court.
A lot of times these children, they're just deported.
Hugo Balderas is a Texas immigration attorney who's representing these children in Florida pro bono.
Well, they actually have a lot of options, but when they don't have an immigration attorney to help them, to guide them, they just, they end up being deported.
Balderas says the majority of children who enter the country without a parent or guardian would qualify to stay by showing and proving abandonment. He says in recent months, actions to deport the children have ramped up, along with the governor's actions to deport people through Operation Tidal Wave, a massive 6-day multi-jurisdictional sweep that netted more than 1,100 people.
I think when you're dealing with people, millions and millions of people here illegally, you see some of these folks who have huge problems in their background with their conduct and really put our communities at risk. It's important that the law is enforced. It's important that those people are taken care of.
A lot of these people have no actual, serious criminal offenses.
1,100 is not just statistics. Those are actual people.
Felipe Sosa Lazapale is executive director of the Hope Community Center.
The lack of representation for immigrants at large is a big problem. Folks who are going through immigration proceedings don't necessarily have the right to an attorney, similarly to what would have happened if they were going through a criminal proceedings.
The governor says around 63% of those arrested had existing criminal arrests or convictions, but it's unclear of the severity of those crimes. Luana.